Alrighty, so we have January through June, and then this is your theme and your challenge for the year. So, first, we're going to talk about the theme. So, we have the Page of Cups, Page of Water here in this deck. And it says, a new person enters your life, a relationship begins a new phase, heightened psychic abilities. So I feel like there's a level of maturity that's occurring within the emotional self this year. A deeper understanding of your feelings and understanding what's yours and what's other people's energy as well, which I feel like is something that Cancer can struggle with sometimes, like, figuring out what's theirs and what belongs to other people. So there's heightened psychic abilities occurring, and I feel like that's a major part of it. This empathic understanding this year, and learning how to work with it instead of trying to resist it all the time. Because it's there for a reason, so you don't want to completely resist it. There may be situations where it's needed, for more protection. But it's something to really check into and understand why you're experiencing what you're experiencing. And then also there's some relationship things coming up this year. I'm hearing for the positive. I'm hearing positive shifts in relationships. I don't feel like this is something to really, when I say changes in relationships, I don't want you guys to worry about what that may mean. I feel like this is more of positive shifts because you are understanding your sensitivity on a deeper level this year, and you're maturing in that aspect of the self, which in turn benefits people around you, the people that you are connected to the most. So that's something to really pay attention to. And then we have the challenge. So 2 cards came up for that. We have the Four of Earth, which is the Four of Pentacles, and this talks about protection, definitely. Or holding on to things that no longer serve you. It's definitely like this fear of letting go what you've accumulated for yourself, really, or letting go of who you once were. So this is really interesting because this isn't usually what I say in regards to the Four of Pentacles, but this is what's coming up for you guys. But there is definitely a level of protection here for the Four of Pentacles, like guarding what you've worked so hard to have in your life. But that could also be, energetically guarding yourself as well. Or in like putting the material needs above the emotional, spiritual needs. So that's also something to pay attention to as well. So there's a little bit of a balancing act that needs to occur this year. It says right on here, being too frivolous or too cautious with money, good business decisions, giving to those less fortunate. So it's all about the balance this year, whether that's, overspending or underspending, and, over giving or, selfishness coming up as well. Being overly generous, which I feel is something that Cancers are really prone to doing, or going in the complete opposite direction and just like completely focusing on the self and what are you giving me all the time, which, we need to find the healthy balance between the two for that give and take. That's what this world's all about. So that's something to really pay attention to here. And then we also have the Seven of Air, which is the Seven of Swords. And I feel like there is a clarity that needs to be understood here. There's a desire to understand on a deeper level here. So this is the challenge. So I'm feeling like maybe this is something that you could be resisting. Trying not to go too deep into analyzing situations and just like living life the way, like on the surface level, because that's where you're comfortable, because you guys feel so much. So if you go deeper, then, it can, bring up a lot for you to have to handle. But once you do that, it just flows through you. You guys are a water sign, and emotions are there for you to understand. They're like traffic lights, like, the red, yellow, green lights, go, slow down, stop. It's like that kind of energy is, they're like little red flags that are just letting you know what your moral compass is telling you about certain situations, and how to handle it from there. You know what I mean? So that's something to really pay attention to. And then understand on a deeper level why you're being told to, pump the brakes here emotionally, or why you're feeling like you need to, overreact to something. Do you know what I mean? So, checking in with your emotions and then allowing yourself to go a little bit further and understand why they're there, why you're having this reaction to this situation. And that's where that message of seriousness versus silliness is really coming up for you this year. So there could be lots of things challenging you to logically understand things on a deeper level. And that's where a lot of seriousness can come in, and that can create some real heaviness. And we need to balance that with some lighthearted laughter and silliness. So, just keep that in mind as we're going through the year. We do also have here, it says plans that need revision, more going on than meets the eye, poor timing. So there's something going on here. I feel like this is a matter of listening to the intuition and listening to those emotional traffic light signs, those warning signs, to let you know when you're going down the wrong path. You know what I mean? More going on than meets the eye, definitely needing to go down a little bit deeper in understanding things and knowing when to pause and knowing when to act. You know what I mean? So that's also something that's coming up for everyone this year. And when it's in the 12, that's the energy of the Hangman, which is, it's an uncomfortable feeling. There's lots of pauses or delays, but it's all calling you to have patience, and it's creating space for you to understand your situation a little bit deeper. And with the 3 energy, the 3 is all about creativity, self-expression, and manifestation, definitely. So there's this time to act with the 3, and moving forward and moving closer to what it is that you are trying to manifest through your intentions. But then there's also times to take pause and take a break, have some self-care time, and take inventory of your environment to see if it's still reflecting what your original intentions were that you wanted to manifest for the year. Are you still surrounding yourself with things that support that intention? And then it's like, let's adjust things. Let's, course correct here. Let's prepare. Let's continue this preparation process so that we can create the space for what we're trying to manifest to match that vibration and then come into our lives. So there's a level of patience that's needed, and clarity. I feel like that's when the clarity is going to be coming in. The times when things start to feel like you're stuck or there's like a lag in momentum, those are the times when you really want to go deeper in understanding what needs clarity. Okay, that was a lot for the theme and the challenge. Okay, so let's go into the months. So we've got January. January feels like a pretty significant month for you. We have the High Priestess here, and when I see the High Priestess, I do feel like it's a gateway card towards bringing things from the thought realm into action. You know, starting to take the real first steps. Like we have the Fool. Well, like we have the Fool where, yeah, he's taking his first steps towards his new journey. But then we have the Magician where it's like, let's figure out let's try to understand what we want to do on this journey. Do we want to work on career? Do we want to work on, our love life? Do we want to work on our, confidence? Things like that. So you're going on a new journey. You decide what the journey is going to be for you. And then you start moving in that direction. So you start moving in that direction or start walking through that gateway. Like, okay, I've created the door that I want to walk through, and now this is the time where I am ready to walk through. So listen to your intuition, have patience, consider carefully what you want before acting. So this is really calling you to check in with your intuition and decide if the path that you're going down is really the path that you want to continue with, basically, before you start going through the rest of the journey of the 22 cards of the Major Arcana. Because it's all like a connecting story, basically. Do you want to continue down this path? And if not, let's go back to the Magician energy and decide what it is that we really want to manifest. And really in that Magician energy, that's when you're setting those intentions for what you want to bring into the year. And then here is like, let's make sure that we made the right decision and then walk through. Listening to your spirit and the guidance from your higher self to know that you made the right decision and it's time to go down this path. We do have with the Oracle card, we have Walk Away. So I feel like this is kind of saying you need to go back to the drawing board. It says, leave the unhealthy situation and enjoy the new doors that open as a result. So I feel like it's saying there's something better for you here. So you may feel like whatever opportunity you took on recently was the one for you, but now it's feeling like you need to go back to the drawing board and reevaluate that situation. And definitely it's important to be checking in with your intuition and what your gut is telling you, because I have a feeling you already know that something is kind of telling you that this may not be the right direction to go in. And it's important to really listen to that this year and always. If you're feeling that pull to go in a different direction or there's something better waiting for you, it's time to make a decision to pull away from that. Okay? So, February. Awesome. Oh my gosh, this is so great. I can't make this up. I swear to God. So I'm talking here about how we have to go back to the energy of the Magician. We got the Magician in February. I cannot believe that. That is just so amazingly perfect. I swear that I shuffled everything and that's how it came out. Okay. Oh my gosh. Let me gather myself here. Alrighty. So that's why it's important this year to really pay attention to what your intuition is telling you. because it's saying there's something better waiting for you. So it's time to let go of what you know is holding you back, or what you know is leading you in the wrong direction. You need to go back to the drawing board in January. You need to release that, whatever it is, in January, and February is going back to the drawing board to really reevaluate your game plan here. This is a very, very magical card here, where anything that you want for yourself is going to come to you. This is the very beginning of it. This is the idea, thought process, the intention making time. So if it's time for you to set some serious intentions and really tune in to your intuition and into your higher self in February, to make sure that you're in alignment with your higher purpose. You know what I mean? Like the desires that you are intending to the universe are in alignment with your soul's calling. And you'll know it because it won't feel anxious. It won't feel like there's a doubt there. There may be a little level of fear because you don't know exactly how it's all going to come about, but you have to have some real trust that it's going to come together for you. And you'll just feel it in your gut that it's meant to be for you. Even though there's like a little layer of fear there, because that's just what we all experience, is that duality to challenge us to really push through. You know what I mean? So it says you are ready. You have the resources or the ability to manifest them. Life is magical. So you really need to hone this energy this month, because what you are putting your energy into this month is really going to set the tone for the rest of the year. And here we go. Your wish is granted. So the intentions that you are setting for the universe, it's like you're placing you're at a restaurant and you're placing an order with the waitress, and the waitress is the universe. And you're handing over, or like you're telling your order, like what you would like for the year, or for life in general, to this waitress or waiter. And they're going to go back into the back and go tell the cook, which is also the universe. But, well, we could say the waiter or waitress is your guides or your angels. So like you're talking to them, they go to the universal energy and say, okay, this is the order. And the cook starts making the food. And that's the universe doing everything behind the scenes that you can't see, like bringing everything together. And it's also like that genie energy. It's like, okay, we're going to make this happen for you. But it doesn't necessarily mean that it's going to happen immediately. There is divine timing that has to occur in this world. And divine timing is really based on, a vibrational match between what your intentions are, like what you are setting up in your environment. That vibrational energy is like a magnet, like that environment that you're creating this magnet for it to match with that intention that you sent out to the universe. So the universe is like waiting and waiting and waiting for that vibrational magnetic match, for it to sync up. And then it's like, okay, here it is. But you have to put in the work to bring that to you. You have to set up your environment to attract it. You get what I'm saying? Your wish is granted. What you've asked for is coming true. So it's coming. And you need to trust that. And you need to stay in that excited energy, which is why the silliness and the laughter is really important, because when you are in that seriousness, that creates some real resistance and creates even more delays in getting what it is that you want for yourself to come to you. So when you have that lightheartedness, that silliness energy, it makes it much easier, and it creates more space for what you desire to flow in. Whew, messages are really coming in today for you.